Due to lockdown and everything that's happening in the world right now, there's been no public fights for us to laugh at. But thankfully, recently, that's all changed and it's come from the homeland of the UK. If you've ever seen a fight in the UK, it involves one of two people. There's either an overweight, middle-aged 40-year-old man who goes down to the local on the weekend for a pint and to watch his local Sunday league team, or it's coming from a chav that looks about 12. And that's exactly what we've got here. Normally when there's a street fight, a chav threatens violence with a knife, but because this kid looks like he's about 8, that clearly didn't happen here. And because chavs have fallen out of fashion and they've been replaced by the rise in roadmen, these chavs are going to have to mix up a bit to regain the top spot of the most disliked kids in the UK. But chavs have dominated the British scene recently and we need to differentiate between the two. So if you're a chav, you're normally below the age of 16 and you rely on energy drinks. Those are the two main factors that portray a chav. And if you're a roadman, you're normally above the age of 16, wear fucking massive black puffer jackets and man bags and move drugs on the street. They are completely different and roadmen are much more high priority threat than a chav. Chavs you don't really care about, roadmen you need to watch out for. And because he doesn't have a knife, he can threaten violence with his fist. That is a ground staple of a chav, always threatening violence and always looking to start a fight. But he's decided to switch up and he's gone for a headbutt. And I've got to applaud him for that because that is really unorthodox. It's out of the box thinking. Normally a chav would just try and shank you or beat you up with his fist. So going for a headbutt, that is unique. And let's see how he puts this simple yet effective move into effect.
What are you coming so close for? Trying to threaten me and that?
Okay, I may have been a bit harsh to this kid. He might not be 12, but he's not looking anything older than 16. He clearly fits the profile of a chav. If you're a chav and you're this young, you probably are too young to be a roadman. That's where you fit into the category of chav. And this guy is a prime example of that.
Yeah, step back 2 meters, I might have corona and that, do you know what I mean? Get away, get away.
And this guy's logic and thinking is completely non-existent, saying he might have coronavirus, yet doesn't have a mask and clearly doesn't show any symptoms or effects of having coronavirus. So it's clearly a fucking bluff and you're doing it to a police officer. He's not gonna fall for it, mate. This kid looks like the type of person who will hang outside a corner shop and ask the adults to buy him alcohol because he's too young to buy it himself. Normally just relies on energy drinks to get through the day and he wants to spice it up on the weekend with his other chav mates and get some alcohol, and he's just asking anyone just to get him anything. If this guy does get alcohol, he looks like the type of person who get drunk over 2 fucking WKDs. He's a complete lightweight if he even has tasted a drop of alcohol, which is highly unlikely, and he probably brags to his friends saying that he does when it's not the case. Now, some chavs are intimidating, but this guy is clearly not. He's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He's the type of guy that if he came up to you in a dark alley and asked you to give him his phone, you would do the complete fucking opposite just to piss him off, because you know he's not going to do anything. And if he does threaten violence, which is what many chavs do, it's not going to hurt.
Get away, that's what I mean. You probably look corona, go away from me. Stay 2 meters apart, what do you not understand? That's the law.
Trying to argue that it's the law with this police officer clearly does not work. He's saying it's the law to stay 2 meters apart, yet he's not even wearing a mask. The police officer is. He even says to the police officer, you probably have corona yourself. He wouldn't be out on the force then, would he, you fucking idiot? Ah yes, the irony of preaching of it's the law and about coronavirus when you don't even wear a mask yourself and you're stood in front of a hand sanitizer booth. It doesn't get more poetic than this. You couldn't write this. And one thing I don't like is that the policeman got straight out bare hands onto the other kid, and that just doesn't sit right with me. Not only because he shouldn't be touching him, but also because there's a hand sanitizer booth right there. Just fucking use it. You don't get much for free in this world, and when there's free hand sanitizer there, you gotta make the most of it.
What you doing, man? Wishing, man.
No, leave him.
Get off me, bro. This is what I mean. I've done nothing to this, man. I've done nothing fucking wrong, man.
You haven't done that wrong. Watch out, you'll get arrested.
Fucking big, do you? What? Look at
Oh, he's a kid.
Now I don't understand why you need 2 police officers to deal with this kid. He's barely over 5 foot to start with and he's barely even a teenager. Your grandma could probably take this kid down with no fucking effort at all.
Oh, he's a kid. Oh, watch out, because you'll get arrested.
Look at you. I'll fucking do you.
Yeah, get away. Don't be panicking. Don't be panicking.
Now one of our main goals of this video was to analyse how well that headbutt connected, and overall I give it above average, maybe a 6 out of 10. A headbutt is clearly supposed to hit the head, it hit the chin. If it was a right hook it might have done some damage, but on a headbutt you need to go for the forehead or at least on the nose area. Hitting the chin just doesn't cut it. This guy missed the mark and he had a lot of chance, a lot of time to actually analyse that shot, get it picture perfect, and he fucked it up. The same can be said for the police officer. He hit the kid with multiple left hooks and barely any of them landed or even did any damage, and they were arm punches, not swinging from the waist, not getting a good connection. Clearly poor technique all around in this video. But after a few days, this kid would have been let out, and after a few days, he would have probably just got a warning, and that's about it. And he would have bragged to his friends of how much of a big dick he's got for fighting these police officers, but instead, he decided to headbutt and assault a police officer. It doesn't take Einstein or any other genius to tell you that if you're like this kid and are going to assault a police officer, at least make your punches land and at least connect cleanly. That headbutt didn't fucking land cleanly, so he's got nothing to brag about to his mates, apart from getting piled on by two grown men, which I don't think he really wants to brag about. And as usual with Twitter videos, you get a bunch of fucking idiots who actually agree on one side and disagree on the other side. No matter what, you can't win, and we're in for a treat with some of these comments. And this is the one that I first found, where this guy says, gotta respect the kid for nutting him, he's only about 15. Well, by your logic, if you respect him for nutting him, then that's something that you believe, and I can't change that. But I can change how you think about that headbutt, because that headbutt clearly didn't land clean. If you're gonna nut him, at least make it look fucking good and not fucking miss, make yourself look like a bellend. Hopefully he'll get respect when he's in Feltham Young Offenders getting bummed. No, I don't really agree with this comment, and I think any sane person will, because this guy clearly isn't over the legal age. If you're imagining this kid getting bummed, there's something fucking wrong with you. What a culture we have. Folks celebrating a wee Ned header in someone. Mate, this isn't fucking Ronaldo or Sergio Ramos with fucking bullet headers that look fucking amazing. They're some of the best headers you ever see. This is on the other end. This is fucking Welbeck if he ever went to go ahead of the ball, because he always fucking falls over. So he actually stands on his feet long enough. This is the type of quality that we'll be dealing with here. Dump him in jail for 10 years. No argument. Pff, mate, this kid looks about fucking 12. Dump him in jail for 10 years. He comes out in his fucking 20s just for headbutting an officer. And it wasn't even a clean connection, mate. People get put in jail for longer when they have fucking weed on them. This guy headbutting a police officer would probably be in and out in a few fucking days, bro. But this guy might have a point. So let's read his bio to see what we're really dealing with here and see what's behind the mask, what Andy is really like. A conspiracy theorist. Well, we're not off to a good start here. Everyone on Twitter is a fucking conspiracy theorist, so he fits right in, to be honest. I believe everyone should be equal, not interested in colour, race, religion, just be a nice person. So, judging by that bio and what he said, he's just out for equality. If anyone headbutts a police officer, they should all get 10 years. He doesn't care, everyone should be treated equal no matter what. He says just be a nice person, and that's clearly what he's trying to portray and try and promote on Twitter. Don't headbutt people, don't be bad, and just be a nice person. And on that positive note, we'll end the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, or you believe the police that should have done more to that kid, remember to dislike the video and comment down below why you think that. But if you enjoyed the video, remember to like the video and subscribe for videos similar to this one. I'll see you next time.